must end them. Campaign looking to lend their system. Oh, so Wade's gonna be like one of my main companions.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
And you as well.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Faster!
Come, Ambrosia.
I needed that. Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
Bastard.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Kill them all.
Straight home now.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog,
Ha! That will
guard
defeat
fought
us.
against the might
No,
of the
come
Black
on.
Shields.
She's a dominant.
Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For us area!
For Rosaria.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Jill would kick all their asses.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank! Fight their battle for them.
Get him!
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, nice. A
A
dragoon.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of
They
cleansing.
remind me of Black Templars. Come down to my level.
So Wade,
keep them occupied.
What?
We need to finish this.
How did that happen?
You mean finish him?
Cleanse that one, asshole.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked.
Oh, you didn't
We
believe it?
sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Love it. And the camera does.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
So he's been funding
the beginning.
the army.
Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Ah.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
Oh, okay.
If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
So, wait. Leaves. Impressive.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
No, of course not. It's impossible.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Is he a badass? So he's really a badass. But with an axe?
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
All you need is one axe. You don't want to be, you know, 2 axes at least?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Oh! My boy! My nephew! You live!
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Oh.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You
Please!
can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach.
And the finest ale! Quickly!
Come on, sit.
We can discuss business as well. Come on.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
The perfect place, the golden ones! Yes, that one, yes!
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
Probably gone
A
mad.
monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
No, you would have burned to a crisp too.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim.
Lucky for you, I'm
Until
one.
tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? Wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle.
I like the sound of that.
Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
The golden one. Yes, that one.
This will be fun.
I love him. Byron is cool.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Clive, you better get that. You better get that, Clive. You better get that. I swear on my grave, I will die if you don't. I'll die aggressively, too. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Educated. Ivan?
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver.
I don't know
From
about that one.
spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of
Tunnel worm.
sternest stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Fine.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer.
Even though he literally
Fine.
is
I'll
programmed
help.
to.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the Gormans of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Yeah, next time I'm there. I'm not prioritizing this. No. You're literally not. Some of these subquests don't give me shit. Okay, that's something. Actually, that's important. Because I'm learning the plus sign is a good thing.
Typical nobles.
But I will have to do that another night. Or just don't have the time of day. I work. Oh, I hate working. It's cool. Alright. Next time for sure, then.